Not too long ago, I was on my Instagram scrolling through the Explore page, and I saw an image that really caught my eye. It was this manga panel of this dude and this girl. They just both looked so fucked up. Their eyes were just desolate and hollow. And this dude's like, I wish I died back then. And me looking at this laying in my bed, I was like, whoa, this looks kind of interesting. I want to know the context behind this picture. So let me tell you, boys and girls, I got that context. I put my deductive reasoning skills to the test by going in the comments and seeing what people said it was, and I found out this manga comes from a little story by the name of Boys Abyss. Let me tell you, let me just say, I did not know what I was getting myself into when I went to this. Boys Abyss is one of the most messed up stories I've ever read, but it's also so good. It's so messed up in the best way possible. Before I get into this though, I do think I should preface that I don't read manga. It's not something I do. The last manga I read was back when I was in elementary school. I was reading the Legend of Zelda mangas, so I can't say this is a review. Also, I have terrible reading comprehension skills. I got acorn brain sometimes, so I wouldn't be able to give a good review, but it is a recommendation. I can say I do recommend this. With that being said, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this baby. It starts off with this boy, this very, very sad boy living in a sad little town, and he wants to go over to the gas station to get some chicken for his brother. When I say this is a sad boy walking to a sad gas station, that is such an understatement, bro. Compared to what happens later on, this is nothing. But hey, I can't get ahead of myself. So he's going to this gas station, right? But suddenly, before he enters, he feasts his pretty little eyes on a beautiful little woman. But that's not just any woman. His brain connects some neurons in his head, and he's like, yo, hold up. I know her. I watch her on my phone at school. I love her. She's my favorite. Why is she working at a gas station in this bumfuck town? So naturally, he goes up to her and he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just kind of like here. And she smokes up a ciggy. They're smoking up ciggies together and they're having a little chat. Eventually, this K-pop girl is like, hey, how about you take me on a ride around the town? Show me some places. I'm new here. And like that, my boy gets a date sealed. My boy's got it. He's in. He's got the bag, bro. The pussy's secure. Now, this moment marks the one time where the main character feels an ounce of happiness. From here, it is downhill, and it only goes further down. Oh, dear Lord. So he goes on this date, and they're riding around. They end up at this bridge, and the K-pop girl's like, hey, did you know that these two people killed themselves here? Did you know this? And he's like, nah, that's crazy. They really did that? And she turns to this boy, and she's like, we should do that, bro. An hour after meeting this kid, she's like, yeah, we should just kill each other together. And when I read this, I was like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, yeah, my life's not going anywhere. All right, I'm down. I mean, if I kill myself with a K-pop idol, maybe I'll be known for something, which, if you ask me, it's pretty stupid, but, to each their own. And then, out of nowhere, if you thought that was surprising, she grabs his dick. She grabs him in the dick. And she's like, ooh, hold up. You're a virgin, aren't you? How about this? How about I cut you a deal? If you're gonna kill yourself with me, I'll have sex with you. He's like, all right. He lets the horny take over, and he's like, all right, I'll do this. And let me say, when they make plans that they're gonna fuck, they do. And they show every little bit of it. I mean, I was like, damn, I really did not know what I was getting myself into. And I was reading this, bro. They show the boobies and everything. I was like, holy shit, dude. There is not a second wasted. They get right into it until he gets performance anxiety. He doesn't want to have sex no more. So they just have a little chat on the bed. Just kidding. They actually do fuck right in front of the fish. But then that homeless dude she was feeding, he comes in the building and he's like, yo, that's my wife. You just fucked my wife. That boy, he runs out of there. He runs. He's like, shit, dude. I shouldn't have done it. Come on, man. Come on, bro. He heads out. But the next morning, the homeless dude comes to his house to bring his bike back. He's not even mad. But then the mom recognizes him, and she's like, don't mess with that guy. He's a bad man. This is something I really like about this story. That comes up a lot. How the mom knows the homeless dude, and the homeless dude knows the K-pop star. It's interesting to see how all the people in this town tie together, and they all have this life that's intertwined. So, I mean, the story keeps keeps going on. There's a few more suicide attempts, a few more sexy moments, but that's not the point. That's not why I'm making this video. I'm not just here to say the whole story verbatim. I just want to bring a little bit of attention to this because I think it's a good story. I think it's an interesting one. If this grabs your attention, I think you should read it. It's a good read. It may be a pretty depressing story. It may be really sad, and you're probably not prepared for what's going to happen, but there is a silver lining to reading it if you do. You probably will feel pretty depressed and desolate and broken reading it. Yeah, I mean, that's a given when you read something like this, for the majority of it at least. But when you start to get towards the end, you'll probably, yeah, I mean, at least I did. I felt pretty happy about it because, like, damn, my life is not like these characters. Compared to these guys, I have it pretty well. So if I had to wrap up this story in one sentence, I would very simply put it. This is a story where everyone gets fucked mentally and everyone, for the most part, gets fucked physically.